You can see it as an Excel document. Looking at, they have made, this is in thousands, in 2022, $45 million worth of stock-based compensation. Not all of that is just giving stocks. Let me see. For example, they have 8.8 million shares of options outstanding. Maybe it's here. It may be easier for me to find it from here. Just a second. There you go. Come on. This is the compensation table for president and other officers. The president got a salary of $16,000. Okay, well, call it $17,000. But he have option awards valued at $1.5 million. And the other guys got stock awards. Typically stock awards are not exercisable for a while. But either way, unless the company's stock price goes up, these guys are not going to make much money. Do you guys know the story of the secretary that worked for the Google guys when they first started? Okay, these guys, they were PhD students, I think in Stanford, if I'm not mistaken, when they first started. So they start a company, and they do get some angel investment money, but venture capital market wasn't as big as it is today. They don't have too much money, but they have to have secretary, or as we call them, administrative assistants these days, so that she could manage all the correspondence, appointments, what have you. They're very valuable employees if you know how to use them right. They tell her, we can't pay you much. Here's some basic salary, which is pretty much minimum wage, but we're gonna give you stock options or stocks. When Google, this is 97, 98, when Google went IPO in 2004, she was worth over $100 million because of all those stocks. So you gotta build incentives to your employees that is based on the success of the business. You can't hire everybody based on that. I mean, it would be extremely difficult to hire a janitor using stock options. In that case, you're gonna go buy a janitorial firm or hire a janitorial firm to do the cleaning, right? But if you're gonna hire executive secretary, executive assistant, then you may use that. You know, I use the volleyball players on purpose. The bigger is the business, the bigger the money they're gonna make. Who knows here whether or not Elon Musk actually started Tesla? He wasn't the one who started Tesla. Okay? And if you look at the story of Tesla, these two guys, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. And Musk actually became the CEO later, all right? Last year, there was end of 22, there was a story about Elon Musk having to sell a lot of stock. He had to sell about, I think more than $2 billion worth of stock. Do you know why he had to sell it? Because he had these options that were about to expire. If he had not used those options, they would have went worthless. He just the taxes on those were over $2 billion. And I think this exercise price on them were about $12. Stock was trading around $1,000 those days. Why? If you look at the stock chart of Tesla, I mean, it has split now, so it's not worth 1,000 anymore, but let's look at the chart. Max. Let's look at end of 2012. Tesla was trading around, based on current splits, let's say $3 a share. Okay? End of 2022. It's 150, 200 range. It's very typical for companies to give stock options to their executives, and these are typically for 10 years. And they say, okay, I mean, let's say the end of year is coming, Tesla is 240, right? Elon Musk gets a salary of only $1. He gets the rest of his compensation in stock options. They're going to tell him, we'll give you this many stock options where you're going to have the right to buy it at $240 a share, right? And you have 10 years to make that decision. And the first 3 years, these are not exercisable. They have to be vested first. And after 3 years, anytime you like, you can go and buy it at $240. Of course, you buy it at $240, stock is trading at $12,000 5 years from now. You know, you make a lot of money. So you think about different ways of compensating your employees to weather these conditions. Yes, you are sharing the upside, but when things are not going that well, you're not burning your cash that fast. Companies that do not do that, they go down pretty much in the first big storm. So you need to think about this sort of stuff. It doesn't have to be just compensation, but how can you build contingencies into your business plan so when things do not go that well, you can weather the storm, but when things get better, you can actually have potential to expand and make more money. I'll stop here. What I want you to do, I still haven't heard from two groups in terms of their survey. So who sent me their survey? Okay. You guys are free to go. The rest of you guys, you guys can talk about other stuff, obviously, but the rest of you groups, I want you to sit down, kind of get a rough idea about what your survey looks like. Send me a copy so that I can give you feedback, right? Because once I give you the feedback and you finalize it, we're going to deploy that survey and get actual results. I'll see you guys Monday.